Attention passionate Buffalo, BILLSFANS. Latest news, something big is happening in the AFC East and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Buffalo Bills' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Buffalo Bills fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your FRINDS and Buffalo, BILLSFANS. Let's get to the news, so folks, hold on to your hats because what we're hearing in NFL circles right now could be one of the most seismic shifts we've seen in recent years, especially for the Bills. Rumors are swirling that the Kansas City Chiefs, fresh off their Super Bowl victory last season, are considering trading Chris Jones, their star defensive tackle, to Buffalo. Yeah, you heard that right. The same Chris Jones who's been a dominant force on the Chiefs' defensive front for years might be headed to Orchard Park. And if this deal goes down, it could be a game changer, not just for the Bills but for the entire AFC landscape. Now, let's break down what this really means. The Chiefs, sitting at a 10-7 record last season, are facing some financial constraints, with about a $20 million cap space, which isn't a lot to work with when trying to re-sign key players and fill roster needs. Rumors suggest that Kansas City might be willing to part ways with Jones in exchange for a third-round pick in the 2026 draft, focusing their resources on extending the contracts of their safeties and other key players. It's a bold move, but one that makes sense given their cap situation and the need to prioritize other positions, especially with the focus on maintaining their championship window. The Bills, on the other hand, are sitting at roughly $7 million in cap space, but with some adjustments and strategic moves, they could make room for a player of Jones's caliber. Buffalo has been eyeing that disruptive, interior force on defense, especially after a somewhat inconsistent 2023 season. Adding Jones could be like dropping a seismic blast inside the Bills' defensive line, a true game changer that could elevate their pass rush and run defense to new heights. Remember, the Bills have been solid, but they've lacked that elite game-wrecking presence in the middle, a player who can completely alter how opponents attack them. Chris Jones, at 31 years old, has been a colossal presence since entering the league in 2016. His combination of power, quickness, and relentless motor has made him one of the league's most feared defensive tackles. Last season, he recorded 13 solo tackles and 5 sacks over 16 games, earning a PFF grade of 69.8, which places him around the 30th among defensive tackles. Not elite in raw grading, perhaps, but when you look at his pass rush grade of 97, which ranks second in the league, it's clear he's still a premier disruptor in the trenches. His ability to get after the quarterback and collapse the pocket is top tier, with an EPA per rush of -0.15, indicating how effective he is at shutting down plays. His career stats speak volumes: 80 sacks, over 285 tackles, 3 Pro Bowl selections, and 2 All-Pro nods. He's often compared to Aaron Donald in terms of impact, especially considering his pressure rates and ability to generate double teams, which opens up opportunities for other defenders. Despite a minor knee injury in 2025, Jones remains a game wrecker. His pressures last season numbered around 80, and he's consistently been among the league leaders in quarterback hits. It's no surprise that he's considered one of the most disruptive interior linemen in the NFL. Now, why would the Chiefs, a team fresh off a Super Bowl run, consider trading him? Well, their needs are shifting. Kansas City has been trying to rebuild their secondary, especially at cornerback, and improve their interior offensive line. With a 10-7 record last season, they're probably looking ahead, trying to optimize their roster for the future. Trading Jones after the Mahomes-era adjustments makes some sense in their strategic calculus, especially if they're eyeing a rebuild or a retool around their younger players. Reports suggest that the Chiefs are open to parting ways, especially with the franchise looking to reset and focus on the next chapter. For the Bills, this potential acquisition is nothing short of a dream scenario. Buffalo's defense has been solid, especially in the secondary, but they've lacked that interior disruptor who can command double teams and create chaos in the backfield. Adding Jones would be like injecting a shot of adrenaline into their front four. He's the kind of player who can turn a good defense into a dominant one, especially in critical moments. Imagine a defensive line with Jones, Oliver, and others intensifying pressure on opposing quarterbacks, forcing hurried throws and creating turnovers. This would significantly improve their pass rush. which last season was good but not quite elite. In terms of impact, analysts believe that Jones's arrival could add around 12 more sacks to the Bills' total, a massive boost. His presence alone could elevate the entire defense's efficiency, with projections showing a 24% increase in EPA per play against the run and pass. His ability to win inside would alleviate some of the pressure on Oliver, who has been a reliable force himself with a PFF grade of 85.0. When you have two disruptive interior linemen, the game changes dramatically. Jones's presence would also boost turnovers, with the Bills potentially forcing 2 or more additional turnovers per game thanks to his ability to collapse the pocket and create chaos. And let's not forget about the impact on the Bills' overall Super Bowl chances. Right now, their odds are around plus 900, but if they manage to land Jones, those odds could shorten to plus 600 or even better, especially considering how he could be a difference maker in playoff scenarios. His playoff experience, including a notable performance with the Chiefs, where he amassed 11 sacks, makes him an immediate impact player in high-stakes moments. His ability to generate pressure, about 25 more QB hits than the league's current top interior linemen, could be the missing piece that pushes Buffalo over the edge. Looking at the broader picture, this move could set a precedent for how the Bills approach their roster in the coming years. If they succeed in adding Jones, it would send a clear message that Buffalo is all in on competing for championships now. It would also send a ripple through the AFC East, possibly forcing other teams to reconsider their strategies. The Patriots, Dolphins, and Jets have all been building their defenses, but acquiring a player of Jones's caliber would give the Bills a significant edge. From a historical perspective, a move like this could be seen as a pivotal point in the franchise's legacy. Buffalo has been knocking on the door for a while now, with playoff appearances and deep runs, but a true game wrecker in the middle could be the final piece needed to finally bring home that elusive Super Bowl title. It's reminiscent of how teams like the Dolphins in 2015 with Ndamukong Suh dramatically boosted their front seven and turned their defense into a fortress. Jones, with his combination of pass rush, run-stopping ability, and leadership, could be that kind of player for the Bills. So in summary, we're potentially looking at a seismic shift in the AFC East landscape. The Chiefs, trying to balance cap space and rebuild, might decide to part ways with a generational talent like Chris Jones, and the Bills, hungry for that extra push, could pounce on the opportunity. If this deal goes through, it would instantly make Buffalo's defense one of the most feared in the league. It's a move that could define the Bills' window for years to come, setting them up not just for a playoff run, but for a real shot at Super Bowl glory. And now, Buffalo Bills fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this potential blockbuster? Do you think Jones would be the perfect fit to push Buffalo over the top? Or do you feel the team should stick with what they have and build through the draft? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the Buffalo Bills. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, so stay tuned for the latest Buffalo Bills news. This is an exciting time for Bills Mafia, and we're here to bring you all the inside scoop as it unfolds.